What's up, guys? I just wanted to do kind of like a little explanation on why I use the Dreamcatcher as my profile picture, but also make an occult item episode. I think this makes, might be wrong, but I think this makes the 40th occult item episode. Um, so check out the other ones. We're getting into like the deep 30s as far as occult item episodes because I'm a collector of occult items. Um, Excuse me if I seem a little tired. I was supposed to be off today, but I got brought into work. Um, so I went ahead, worked, made some extra money, came home, kind of unwound a little bit, did some writing for the next Blue Pill podcast episode. Um, it's kind of turning out longer than I thought it would, so I don't know. It might end up like a 2-3 hour episode. Um, but I don't know. I just been kind of doing what I feel my intuition says to do at the moment, if that makes any sense. But today's episode is going to be an occult item on the Dreamcatcher. And this is actually the Dreamcatcher that I use in the profile picture. It's not like an actually effective Dreamcatcher, but I got it real cheap from somewhere. I think it was like 127 yard sale, something like that. But if you want to actually use it as an item, to basically what it does is it catches your nightmares. Um, I learned about this through my mom when I was younger. Um, I learned that we had Native American in us, two different tribes from my grandma Williams, Kiowa and Blackfoot. Um, I'm not sure, honestly, where the dream catcher originated from, like which tribe and at what time. I'm not gonna lie, but ignorance is bliss, I reckon. Um, but essentially, what the item does is you hang it over your bed, and the dreams drift in and out at the top of your head. And what happens is the good dreams pass through because it's a spider web, and there's usually a bead, or there should be a bead within that spider web that connects fully. Um, and that bead is essentially like the spider. And what happens is the good dreams pass through the webs, and then the nightmares get caught in the web, and the spider moves to the nightmare and eats and consumes the spider, or consumes the nightmare. Um, and just from my experience on using the dream catchers, they do work. Um, you have to cleanse them every now and then. Like, I'll go the longest time without having nightmares, and I deal with nightmares pretty well, so usually my wife cleanses it. But the way she cleanses it is she's very attracted to the moon. I'm very attracted to the sun, Solomon, soul, and moon. Um, so there you go into some, I guess, Freemasonry, some occultism right there. Sun and moon, like I would be the sun, she'd be the moon, yin and yang. You can get into all that jazz. But she cleanses it with the first ray of sun, and that's how you banish all the nightmares that were consumed by the spider, the bead, um, and it kind of like refreshes it. Basically, like if you look at it from like a spider's point of view, like it shits it all out and just goes away. Um, and then go and just hang it back over your bed, and no more nightmares for a while. But it does get clogged up. I do have to say that. Like, you'll go the longest time without nightmares, and then one or two nightmares will start getting through. And you'd be like, oh man, I gotta cleanse that dream catcher. I just use one. I use one right above where my head would be, and my wife uses one right above where her head would be. And then we used to have one in my daughter's room. Um, but yeah, I learned it from my mom, and it works. I think it works. You just have to clean it out every now and then. But with any occult item, I probably sound like a broken record. If you've watched our occult item series, and if you haven't, please check it out. There's like literally like almost 40 episodes on there of different occult items that we've made and how they work, what they're used for. I'm an occult item collector. This channel is all about the weird stuff, occult items, conspiracy podcast, ufology, book reviews on occult books, and witchcraft, and anything that's weird and paranormal, and that's what this channel is about. So check out our other stuff. All you have to do is just click on my profile picture and go through my playlist, and I've got an occult item section. But dream catchers, man, they're good for curing nightmares, and if you're someone who has a lot of nightmares, I would suggest you invest in one, because you can get a dream catcher, honestly, like a good dream catcher that works perfectly fine. We got some at Dollar Tree and stuff, and they work, you know. Um, but that's why I use it as my profile picture, because it's like a very positive occult item. Um, and honestly, I have two tribes of Native American flowing through my veins, along with Celtic, Irish. Um, and I've always found myself straying more towards the shamanistic, Native American religious belief system more than, I guess, like the Jewish Christianity, all that jazz. I just found myself, this blood flows through my veins. I find myself straying more that way. What's actually flowing through my veins. Um, and I don't know. It works for me. It's a good cure for nightmares. That's about all she wrote.